Welcome back, one. Welcome back, all, to beautiful, lovely Marietta, Georgia, to the Marietta Ice Center, where your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls are going to be taking on the Clemmy Boys, the Clemson Tigers. As always, welcome to the broadcast. I am your color commentator, Matt Leonard. Here with me is my beautiful brother. He's the looks and the brains of the operation, baby. It's my brother, Andrew Leonard. What's going on, my man?
You've been waiting all day to say Clemmy Boys.
I have been waiting weeks. It's been a while since we've had a home game to broadcast,
You've
Andrew.
been waiting weeks, yet we only figured out they were playing Clemson like 2 days ago.
Yes, that is correct. I had that one in the barrel for a while.
Sounds good to me, Matt.
You already know, man.
After that hectic month of January, it's been a while since we had a couple home games.
Yes, indeed.
Ian McDonald immediately wins the face-off and throws it straight back into Clemson's zone, wins that one easily. As now it gets thrown around the boards all the way to the point for Berezinski, who fires one back to the far side. Ian McDonald behind the goaltender now tries to prop one in front but cannot do it. It's collected by Clemson as they throw it off the backside of their own cage. Clemson now in the corner tries to clear it all the way up, just out of reach of the glove of Berezinski, but it goes back to center ice where Clemson is almost offside. Dumped back into KSU zone, it goes to Berezinski, who goes behind the goaltender Luke Thurston and just hangs out for a while. Berezinski on over to his brother, the other Berezinski, waiting patiently behind Luke Thurston. Making a move up ice now, it's John Testino up to Jeremy Vandekerkhoff as it bounces over a stick and into the Clemson zone where they will retreat and hold in their own corner. Clemson now behind their goaltender Badger as a nice hit there by Spysinski sends a man into the boards. And now Spysinski with a turnover.
Ooh.
A shot legged aside there by their goaltender Jacob Badger, and now it leaks out into center ice for Berezinski.
Good opportunity out in front there for Kennesaw State, trying to keep up that offensive pressure as they have been all season, Andrew.
Yes, it has.
What?
Nothing.
You got nothing for me?
I got nothing for you after that one as KSU nearly avoids an offside. Now it's Berezinski moving into the zone. Berezinski gets swarmed by 3 Tigers, and now it's controlled by Clemson as Deer tries to make a play, but it's controlled by Bright.
Is it a pack or a pride of Tigers? It's not a swarm, is what
Not
I'm trying to say.
Not a
to
swarm.
you.
I don't think it's a flock.
A herd?
I don't know. Are multiple tigers in the same place?
A gaggle? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Well, lions are a pride of lions, right?
Yeah.
Which is dumb and pretentious.
You watch National Geographic.
Oh, dude, always.
Shot by Deer goes high and out of play as it looked like a golf swing. Just puts a hole in the net, and now we have another face-off.
Tell you what, that one was a cook-in.
Drew Spysinski going in for the second face-off.
In these recent games, Spysinski has been the big money earner on these face-offs here, taking the majority of them.
And takes this one as well as Clemson controls behind the goaltender. Evan Deer looking to harass as the puck goes up to center ice, but controlled by Gagne. Gagne off the boards, leaks into the Clemson zone. Here comes Deer to harass him. Deer brushes him off the puck and gains control. Throws it behind the boards. And on to Spysinski as it leaks on to Bright. Wrist shot by Bright. A pass and he scores! Evan Deer off the feed. From which Bright is that? That is Mason Bright. There's 2 of them. Always got to remember. Good thing I have my roster here. Mason Bright to Evan Deer with 18:02 to go. I almost knocked the space heater off the table for the second time tonight, or today. 2 minutes in the game, KSU up 1-0.
A minute 58 into the game, KSU up 1-0. Andrew, they're doing it even faster than you're reporting it. They're flying around at the speed of sound, Andrew.
I see how it is.
They're running in the 90s.
Max Hayes coming in for the face-off. KSU wins this one. And now it's Barnett diving for it, but goes to Hayes. Hayes lobs onto the goaltender, and that is frozen for another face-off.
Count it, shot on goal.
Spysinski's also getting the secondary assist for that goal as well.
Yes, indeed. It was a beautiful team play all around, Andrew.
Max Hayes in on the face-off. Clemson takes this one as they make a push up ice. In neutral territory, here comes Clemson. And they fan on a shot, and now it's Bright in the corner. Bright attempts to feed one up to Hayes, but it's controlled by Clemson in KSU zone. Man tumbles to the ice for Clemson, looking like me on the ice is now a Hayes. Loses the puck, but eventually pushes it into Clemson zone, and we have an icing.
Really?
Alleged, or so told.
Not that I would know.
Which makes me wonder, because the goaltender was out of his cage.
Yeah, that one is, it's coming to center ice?
It's just a missed call?
I guess so.
Okay. Way to go, ref.
Nice. Well done.
Hayes in on the face-off, dumps it into the Clemson zone immediately, and now Clemson has control in neutral territory. Puck just goes a little bit too far, but now it's controlled by the Berezinski brothers as they move up ice, and a check by Hayes. Both men stay on their feet. Clemson now, KSU zone, a shot goes up the stick of Berezinski and almost put in, but controlled by Moran, who gives it on up to Hayes. Max Hayes, a shot off the equipment of a Clemson Tiger, and now it's controlled behind Badger. Clemson moving up into the KSU zone, stick handling against 2 KSU Owls. Vandekerkhoff goes into harass, and it goes into possession of Testino. John Testino now over to Berezinski. Berezinski stops on a dime, attempting to get the puck away from a Clemson Tiger, but Clemson gets the turnover. A shot sticked aside by Berezinski before a shot could be put on goal.
Good defensive play there by Berezinski to get his stick in front of that shot. It was wide open otherwise.
And here comes Jeremy Vandekerkhoff cruising up ice. Ian McDonald to his right as he collects the puck in the corner. Gives it on back to Vandekerkhoff. Attempts a centering pass to Testino, but it's blocked aside. Vandekerkhoff, the near side of the ice. Over to Berezinski, back to Vandekerkhoff. Jeremy Vandekerkhoff around the boards, this time for Ian McDonald, who waits in the corner. Back to the point for Berezinski. Throws it back, playing catch with Ian McDonald now in the corner. As he goes across ice to the other Berezinski brother, a slap shot just wide. The goaltender couldn't track that one. He was lucky that went wide of the right post. Berezinski now, fighting with Vandekerkhoff for control of the puck. Clemson gets it, but throws it into the body of Testino as he waits in the circle. Testino, a shot on goal, is stopped by the goaltender, Jacob Badger. That's confusing me because I keep saying the name Badger, but they have a tiger, so it's throwing me off.
Yeah, they need to make up their mind on these animal decisions here. Kennesaw State has always been and always will be them fighting owls.
And our goaltender's last name isn't confusing our animal.
Exactly, I completely agree.
Yeah, the North Atlantic Thurstons. Never heard of them.
A
shot! Goal is put in!
Gosh!
From the point! That looks like it was Mason Bright. It may have been sticked down by Deer or Spicinski, one of those two.
It was Drew Spicinski slapped it out of the air on the redirect into the back of the net for the second goal in 4 minutes and 7 seconds here for Kennesaw State. They are taking an early lead and are trying to run away with this one, Andrew. So the initial shot was by, who did you say?
Mason Bright.
Mason Bright sent one high across the net. Drew Spicinski, beautiful mid-air redirect.
Head on a swivel, Matt, as they say.
I couldn't agree more.
Clemson now with control after that second goal by KSU. They're getting on the board early. Moved up the neutral ice there. It's Evan Deer trying to chase it down, but it ends up in the stick of Spicinski, and we have a stoppage in play. All right. After that little piece of excitement, there's 15:32 left to go in the first period as we will have a neutral zone face-off.
Clemson has to make something happen here as soon as possible. Otherwise, Kennesaw State is going to ride this momentum all the way through.
Schreiber takes the face-off for Clemson.
Nice.
And now it's controlled in the zone by Spicinski, who cannot clear it. Now Clemson still has it as I throw it to the boards.
You know, Andrew's been known to pull up an opposing team roster or two in his day.
Yeah, because I harass you for it about 2 hours before the game because you won't print it off.
Literally every single time.
You will not print it off.
Get a working printer.
I have one. I'm just out of ink.
Get ink.
It's expensive, Matt.
Ink is very expensive.
I'm a college kid. You think I got printer ink money?
I
No.
don't think Bill Gates has printer ink money. Let's be real.
Spicinski against Schreiber once again. This time it's Spicinski that wins it. Goes over to Luke Thurston. He kicks it aside out of his goal. And now Gagne has it in the corner. Gagne over to Mason Bright, the man with 2 assists so far, as Evan Deer makes a move in the middle of the ice.
Juke your opponent out of their shoes by tapping the circle button.
Now Clemson backhands it up the ice, narrowly avoids a check by Deer, but spins down to the ice anyway. Berezinski with control, moves into neutral ice territory, and with an easy ride all the way into Clemson's zone.
Wow, okay. Just let him in.
No defense in sight as Berezinski circles all the way around.
He's just on he's having a stroll.
Stops on a dime, throws it around the boards for Max Hayes.
He's out for his morning constitutional.
Hayes throws it around the boards for Berezinski, who blasted on back around the boards, attempted for Hayes, but caught by a Clemson Tiger. Clemson now with control. A back pass off the boards to neutralize territory, a backhanded pass, ends up in control of KSU's Max Hayes. Hayes trying to stick handle between 3 Tigers there, cannot do it. And we've a delayed offside as Thurston controls.
Hayes tried to get a little skinny on him there and send it all the way up the ice. Couldn't quite make it happen, but that's all right. Kennesaw State charging once again.
Aaron Tisdale shrugging off a check as he does and immediately sends his man back down to the ice. He's been known to do that. Reverse checks are his game, Matt.
Ooh, it looks like Tisdale, whoever he laid that hit on, was not happy about it.
That was 18 for Clemson. That was Vanderleest.
Vanderleest? That's like a Walmart version of Vander Kerkhoff. It's
Might be.
Vanderleest. Vander lowest price.
Here comes Berezinski up ice. Backhands it over to McDonald. McDonald puts a shot to the corner for Jeremy Vander Kerkhoff. The name brand Vander Kerkhoff.
Yeah, the classic Coke of Vander Kerkhoff's. Oh!
Testino shoves a man down to the
Steamroller
ice.
coming at you.
John Testino, not known for his checks, but he gives us one anyway. Vander Kerkhoff off of his skates gets a turnover, but cannot stick handle past two Tigers. Ends up in Clemson's possession, but not before they dump it the neutral ice, where Mason Bright blasted on back in.
Tell you what, it'd be pretty difficult to actually stick handle past two real Tigers.
It would. Well, why would the Tigers be on ice in the first place?
I don't know.
Gagne keeps the puck in the zone, moves up the center of the ice, a shot on goal, juggled by Badger, but collects his own rebound. Gagne almost put one on the board himself there.
That would have been sousy, Andrew.
13:03 to go in the first period. KSU up 2-0 early as Ian McDonald comes in for this faceoff.
Kennesaw State looking pretty fresh despite this long break here.
Slap shot on goal by Bright. Rebound by Vander Kerkhoff. Both stopped by Badger as now Gagne puts a slap shot on board, but it's redirected wide. Clemson waiting behind the goaltender Badger, and it goes to the stick of Gagne, who puts it on back into the corner. Checked by McDonald as the puck goes all the way around the boards and trying to be controlled by Bright, and he does.
Oh, good.
Off of his own
poke
skate to
check.
himself as Badger comes flying out of the goal crease to freeze the puck.
Well done by Kennesaw State there. That poke check was gorgeous. And Ian McDonald laying a hit down. Okay.
A little scuffle after the play between our own Ian McDonald and Clemson's Mancini.
Mancini. You know, we debated before this game whether or not we would pronounce it Mankini, like a man bikini.
I'm going with Mancini for that reason exactly. A slap shot on goal by Mason Bright goes wide, and now Gagne has it.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, if he keeps it up, I might just change it back to Mankini.
Evan Deere in the corner. Bright comes to lend a hand, but Clemson digs it out. Kept in the zone there by Bright over to Deere, who feeds it onto the side for Mason Bright. Bright shrugs off a check as the puck is cleared the length of the ice, and if Gagne gets to it first, that is an icing. Puck coming the long way back. With 12:08 left to go in the first period, KSU retaining their 2-goal lead so far.
I'll tell you what, as has been the case in a lot of these recent games, Andrew.
It just sounded like you swallowed your microphone.
I was wiping it off.
Okay.
As has been the case in recent. That would be really funny if I actually ate the microphone.
That'd be pretty funny.
You know, Andrew, as it's been Kennesaw State. The point I'm trying to make, Andrew, is Kennesaw State is spending a lot of time in their offensive zone, and it is delightful.
Well, that's been their MO for the entire month of December and January, and so far February, a slap shot is sticked up into the mesh by Badger. But yeah, their offense has been an absolute juggernaut these past few months, and they've been on quite a win streak, too.
You are not kidding.
If I had the rankings pulled up, I could tell you, but sadly I don't.
Sadly, you don't.
Yeah, I'll research it for the game tomorrow.
Get it together, man.
Hey, I am the research guy.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Spicinski on the face-off now. Gets taken down to the ice as Deere chips it to the corner, where Clemson controls. Around the boards for one of the Tigers, but Berezinski interrupts and throws it to Bright. Bright back to Berezinski, who's still scrumming with a Tiger for the puck, and Clemson comes up with it. And it goes to Deere, and we have
delayed penalty. That's going to be a trip.
Yeah, that was tripping, but on who, Matt? Is it on Bright?
Bright.
It's on
Bright.
Mitchell Bright this time.
Got 2 minutes for tripping.
Mason Bright with 2 assists, Mitchell Bright with a tripping.
Yeah, there you go. It's an equal contribution to the game.
11:29
competition.
11:29 to go in the first period as Clemson has got a fresh 2 minutes of the man advantage, but so far they don't have any offensive ice time. Let's see if they can do something with it.
There is nothing they can cook against this kind of linguine, Andrew.
I'm not in the mood for Italian food, Matt.
Yeah, me neither, actually.
I just had McDonald's. It's like the opposite.
It's not the opposite of Italian food, but it definitely doesn't go well. I don't think it's a good pairing.
Clemson, a shot is sticked aside by Tisdale. Testino tries to feather it ahead for Tisdale, but it is walled off by 2 Tigers. But Aaron Tisdale throws it back into the zone to kill some more time anyway. Clemson now moving up ice. Crossing the blue line of neutral territory, backhanded across the ice. Berezinski's back to defend. Clemson puts a pass all the way into the corner, but not before Berezinski can get there first after he fights off the ref. Aaron Tisdale throws one off the boards and all the way back into Clemson's zone with 1:15 to go on this power play. Clemson in their own zone. Stretching across to the KSU zone now, they put a shot on Luke Thurston. Kick save easily by our man in the net, Luke Thurston. Clemson now. Spin and pass around. It's off of a skate, but kept in play. A shot goes high and easily tracked and caught by Thurston, even though that puck was redirected in midair.
Good look from Luke Thurston there on his game as per the usual. And we have a new combatant entering the ice here, number 14. Looks like he just now got here. Sorry I'm late, guys.
Is bus breakdown?
The bus carrying only him.
Just him.
It's like a yellow unicycle.
10:15 to go in the first period, 45 seconds to go on the power play as KSU controls and kills some more time. Tristan Gagne then sends a heater
Shot
down
on
the
goal.
ice. Clemson waiting patiently. The Tigers waiting behind Badger as now they move up into neutralized territory. 10 minutes flat to go as Clemson moves up the ice and tries to wheel around Mason Bright. But Gagne controls and fires at the length of the ice once again where Badger will have to control. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Clemson hasn't done anything on these 2 minutes as Evan Deere strips him of the puck. Deere, stick handling from his knee, gets up with control, but 4 Tigers get back to steal the puck from him once again.
That had to happen in their own zone, too. This is incredible.
Shot on goal, elbowed aside there by Luke Thurston, went high left, and now Gagne has it as time expires on the power play. Back to full strength hockey.
Even strength once again, Andrew. Not like they were having much difficulty to begin with.
That was one of the easiest penalty kills I've seen this year.
I completely agree.
Centering pass there by Mitchell Bright, fresh out of the box, just goes wide, as now Evan Deere has it in the right side corner. Evan Deere, a centering pass for Spysinski, puts it on goal, but it's stopped by Badger, as Clemson controls in the trapezoid. Narrowly dodges a check there from Evan Deere, as now Clemson has it neutral ice. Attempted pass ahead is stonewalled there by Mason Bright, and eventually tapped down by Gagne, who takes control behind Thurston. 8:50 to go in the first period. Long pass off the boards. Evan Deere gets stripped, and now Clemson has control at neutral ice. But not before it leaks on back to Tristan Gagne, who fires it to the opposite end, and back into Clemson's control. The Clemson Tigers, in their own zone, don't have much ferocity so far for a Tiger, as now Aaron Tisdale gets a robbery of the puck, throws over to Barnett, but just a bit behind him as now Clemson controls and moves up.
Little too hot to handle on that pass. Otherwise, it was wide open.
It was, as a Tiger mishandles there, and it goes to the corner for Berezinski to control, and now it's over to his brother, but eventually Max Hayes, who controls in KSU zone. A long pass up to Tisdale connects, but he is stepped through and gets rid of the puck, as now Berezinski has it in KSU zone. Berezinski across the red line into Clemson territory. Wheels around the entire length of the ice. Berezinski still with possession. Drops it off attempted for Tisdale, but it's robbed by a Tiger. Clemson. A long backhanded pass goes to the corner for Berezinski to collect, and he does. Berezinski to Tisdale, gets walled off there by a Tiger, and now Barnett has it. Barnett nearly gets tripped, loses the puck in the corner, and now Clemson throws it aside.
Oh, he was coming in for the hit on that one. He saw red.
He had some force behind that one as the puck is popping in the air and Clemson controls.
Ian McDonald just stick handled around like 80 people, it looked like.
Does that shock you anymore? He does
No.
that day in, day out.
No, but it was awesome to watch.
Thing of beauty is a hit there by Testino gets some fans riled up.
Oh, yeah, they are out in force today, Andrew.
Are they?
Well, yeah, this is the second to last game of the season.
Yes,
I would
it
hope
is.
they would be.
Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff over the blue line, pops it up to Ian McDonald, who takes it into Clemson's zone for Testino, puts a shot stick aside there by one of the Tigers before it can reach Badger. And now Vanderkerkhoff has it in the corner. Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff waiting patiently, puts a shot on goal, fought in front by McDonald. Takes a cross check at the end of the play, but Badger hangs on for an offensive zone faceoff for KSU.
And all is right in the universe again as Kennesaw State with an offensive zone faceoff.
6:51 to go in the first period. KSU still with that nice 2-goal lead with those graphics on the screen there, Matt.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
I wonder what handsome devil made these graphics.
I don't know. What handsome devil
I
did
hate
make
you.
it? Yeah.
I hate you. You're the worst.
I don't see one.
Shut up.
Ian McDonald on the faceoff. Wins it cleanly. Now it's Vanderkerkhoff to Gagne. A shot on goal is blockered down by Badger. Clemson control of the rebound as they move up ice, but the pass is a bit too far. Gagne chases this one down first. Attempted clear. It does work as Clemson must retreat to get back onside. Tristan Gagne now. Center of the ice.
Slip and
Man for
fall.
Clemson loses an edge as now it goes to the corner for Clemson. Over to the boards now. Turnover there for Testino, but it's eventually controlled by Clemson once again as they push to neutral ice and over the red line. Back into KSU territory, a shot attempted on goal is off of the thigh of Tristan Gagne and eventually controlled by the very same person.
I'll tell you what, Andrew. Kennesaw State has been stuffing Clemson in transition so hard this game that they've denied Clemson the opportunity to set up any offense that they may have drawn up. They don't even have the opportunity.
Well, there's been very little ice time in that zone. You're right, Matt.
Well, yeah, absolutely. It's because Kennesaw State's making the plays in the neutral zone.
Slap shot on goal by Mason Bright goes a bit wide. Now it's controlled by KSU's Berezinski and neutral ice. A pass off the boards attempted for Spicinski just a bit too far as Spicinski back taps it over and controls it himself off of a Clemson Tiger as that puck ends up in the bench on the lap of Ryan Moran, I believe.
Nice.
Heads up play there by Moran.
He's like, I'll take that. Thank you very much.
5:31 to go in the first period as Clemson will have the offensive zone face-off this time and see if they have any plays drawn up off of a face-off. Like you said, they haven't been able to execute anything so far.
No.
Clemson wins this one as the puck almost goes over the blue line, but it's saved, but turned over, and now Evan Deer's racing up the ice. Evan Deer with a goal already, attempted for Bright, but it's stuffed by Badger. Deer is centering pass to Spicinski. Shot wide right. Drew Spicinski with an incredible chance there as now Berezinski has it.
So close there for Spicinski. Put an absolute blast on right in front of the net, just wide.
Attempted by Berezinski there was stuffed by Badger, and now Clemson has control, dodges a check from Bright, and now the Tigers move up ice. Clemson over the red line into KSU territory. Skating to both sides of the ice now is Clemson. And a back tap pass there for one of the Tigers.
Oh!
A check by Spicinski sends a man down to the ice, and here comes Evan Deer.
Oh, my God. Drew Spicinski laying down the many laws. The many laws.
Mason Bright there with a check, snaps his stick in half.
Oh, my gosh.
And now Clemson,
Andrew.
KSU zone.
I'm getting lightheaded.
Yeah, I can tell. You got some fans laughing at you right now. That's funny.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Berezinski now. A pass off of the back of Barnett's skate as a Tiger dives for it and manages to get control, and now they're in KSU zone. A shot high over Thurston with 4:10 left to go in the first period. Puck goes high in the air. Here comes Hayes, loses an edge, but cannot get the breakaway. As now a Tiger loses an edge. Everyone's falling down, but here comes Berezinski. Berezinski weaving through traffic. Takes a slash. Doesn't care. Berezinski around the boards for Hayes.
Neither do the refs, Andrew. They don't seem to care either.
Never do with a 2-goal lead. Why would they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Clemson
correct.
now. A check there by Barnett. Both men stay on their feet, and now it's controlled in the zone by Clemson as they wiggle out and get into KSU territory.
Can Tigers wiggle?
Yes.
They can? Okay.
Or so I'm told.
Interesting.
Tristan Gagne now waiting patiently behind Luke Thurston. Gets walled off there by a Clemson Tiger as there's a fight now for the puck behind the goaltender. Clemson emerges with control. Rare turnover there for KSU as now Clemson has control, and it's thrown all the way around the boards where it will not be cleared. Clemson still with possession in KSU zone. This has been the longest stint of offensive ice time for them all game. Tristan Gagne off the boards to Barnett, tries to clear it, but cannot. A ref got in the way. A long pass or shot attempt was put on goal. Luke Thurston stopped it easily, and now a puck is intercepted as on its way to Ian McDonald.
Yeah, that's just a lazy pass, Andrew. Need those to be snappy.
Centering pass, easy. Or it's not an easy save, but Thurston made it look easy as that was rather difficult. Either way, Luke Thurston, who's been the best goaltender in the conference this year.
Really? Statistically?
In my opinion.
Oh, I mean, nice.
In our opinion, he's the best one ever.
Oh, yeah, he's better than Bobrovsky who? Fleury who? The other names of these goaltenders are escaping me at the moment, but the point
I
is,
can give you a few, but we're not here for NHL, Matt. We're here for KSU hockey.
Peng was
Vander
up one
Kirchhoff
right
with the breakaway. Jeremy Vander Kirchhoff
oh,
makes Badger miss. Jeremy Vander Kirchhoff breaking ankles.
Oh my goodness! He made him look silly. He took him to school, Andrew. And I'm talking elementary school. This isn't some of this highbrow college education, Andrew. He's taking him to his ABCs and his 1, 2, 3s.
I don't have a prepared response for that, Matt.
I didn't have anything prepared when I said it, so.
That was an amazing move there by Jeremy Van de Kerkhoff, making Badger dive for air as he just walks in with an empty net goal. Speaking of Van de Kerkhoff, here he is with the steal. A centering pass is turned aside by a Tiger. Testino in front, but ends up in possession of the Tigers. Clemson back in their own zone. 2:30 to go in the first period. KSU with a 3-goal lead.
And Clemson does not look happy right now.
Not at all.
They've come into our humble abode and have been embarrassed thus far with 2:17 remaining in the first period.
I mean, if I saw my goalie get beat like that, I mean, I've never seen Thurston get beat like that.
No,
but if I did, I'd be pretty unhappy as it goes the length of the ice, delayed offside, and that will come back to neutral ice.
Neutral ice?
Yeah, it wasn't
an icing.
Wasn't icing?
Yeah.
That was offside.
No, I'm pretty confident that was an icing.
Yeah, that's an icing.
Yeah.
Spasinski was speeding down the ice. I was like, that's not an icing. But apparently they called it.
Oh, most certainly.
Drew Spasinski now on the faceoff. 2:08 to go in the first period. And John Testino ends up with control of the puck as here comes Mason Bright. Bright in the corner tries to punch it out to clear it, but it's still caught in a wild scrum between about 6 players on the ice. There's a net in the way. I can't see who has control, but it looks like Clemson. Clemson has it, banks it off the boards. A weird angle bounce as it ends up behind Luke Thurston and in control of Tristan Gagne. Gagne stops on a dime and feathers it up through to Bright.
Putting the moves on them.
Mitchell Bright this time in the corner gets walled off, and now it's sent along the boards for Gagne, who checks a man just hard enough to get the puck to Spasinski. Spasinski lifts it up and almost hits a speaker off of the ceiling.
I don't think he'd have to pay for that, but still, that wouldn't be a very friendly thing to do. That's not very neighborly.
They've been playing here they haven't been playing here for years. Unless they played on the Atlanta Knights. If they're playing here, they've been playing here for years.
I agree. He almost hit the Bradley's Bar and Grill banner, the neighborhood bar where they do neighborly things.
The advertisements.
Like smoke. That's it. That's literally all
That's
their
all
gimmick is. You can still smoke there.
Barnett with the steal, moves up ice, gets to it before a Tiger. Attempted centering pass is walled off. Centering pass again by Barnett is controlled. But Berezinski cannot make the catch as the pair of Berezinskis retreat to play the puck.
Pair of Berezinskis. Nice,
Thank you.
dude.
It
sounded like you said para Berezinskis, like P-A-R-A, like they're like Navy SEALs. They're like Strike Team Berezinski.
They get airdropped into the Marriott Ice Center every week.
They get they ride in the front door in like a rubber raft with a fan on it. Oh, that'd be really funny.
Pay to see them make an entrance like that.
That would actually be one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
1:01 left to go in the first period. KSU still up 3 goals as Clemson takes this face-off and controls the high point.
Tell you what, Andrew, 1:01 to go in the first period. Kennesaw State's teaching Clemson a little something called hockey. 1:01, my gosh! Woo! Tisdale's like, excuse me, son, you thought. Do you think I was born yesterday?
They're calling a penalty on that? That was just an open ice collision. Why is it a penalty?
My guess is the refs got scared.
See, both men caught air, but they just popped right back up like it was nothing. Why is it
Tisdale's going to the
How is that a penalty on Tisdale? He's trying to play the puck.
Wait, what? Yeah, I agree with the boos coming from the crowd. That's a horrible call.
So both men make a play on the puck, collide in the center of the ice, but yet only Tisdale goes to the box.
Are you kidding me? I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Matt, see, it's a tale as old as time. Good old-fashioned ref ball coming at you at the Marietta Ice Center.
You know, people always talk about the home referees, and I really wish, Andrew, I could tell you what home refereeing felt like, because we have been nothing but done in and screwed over by these referees, man.
But we still come out with wins every week, which astonishes me because the refs make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, they are doing everything they can to stop this from being a Kennesaw State W. You can't spell owl without a W, by the way. I just thought of that. That one's
Nice,
off
man.
that one's for free.
I'm proud of you.
You can take that one to the bank.
Puck cleared all the way back down to Badger with 28 seconds to go in the period, with 1:35 to go in the power play, as this will bring us into the second period of action. Clemson. A tripping penalty there for Deere, as now Clemson has it. With a delayed penalty, KSU eventually touches the puck, and that will be a 2-man advantage for a minute 24 for the Tigers. And KSU will start the second period down 2 men.
That one was to send a message, Andrew. You could already tell.
Yeah, this is a penalty, guys. That one was not.
Something is telling me that the second period might just be a little on the chippy side.
Maybe between KSU and the Rex, but I don't
Just
know
a
about
little
KSU
bit.
and Clemson.
I mean, Kennesaw State clearly not happy with Clemson either. Ooh, baby, this is at number 18. Who's number 18?
Vanderleest.
Vanderleest for the Tigers there. Jawing at the Kennesaw State bench. Not a very good bench to jaw at. There's a lot of them, and they all have the width of a razor blade, Andrew. They
That
are
is true. They all do.
quick-witted and intelligent individuals.
That just happen to be good at hockey.
And they're all beautiful.
We got
Oh, I don't know about all that. Oh, come on. You're really not going to start calling some penalties on Clemson.
a late shot on Luke Thurston, as that goes uncalled, as there was a
Ooh,
poorly
man.
timed buzzer on the ice.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate buzz there.
Referees resetting the clock to 14 whole seconds as we will redo the faceoff.
Yeah, just run it back.
Ian McDonald been sharp in the faceoff circle all night, wins this one at as the puck is cleared. And here comes Ian McDonald turning on the Jets, but turns aside to let Clemson gather it to possibly run out the clock. Slap shot put on Luke Thurston, kick save, rebound just a bit too far. And before the offsides happened, the period expired. That will do it. First period of action from the Marietta Ice Center. KSU up 3-0, but KSU will also be down 2 men for 1:08 to start the second period.
Yes, indeed. Don't go anywhere, guys. This second period is shaping up to be a chippy one. We will see you momentarily for the second period of action here at the Marietta Ice Center. Welcome back, one and all, to the beautiful, scenic, suddenly way better lit in my camera, it looks like, Marietta Ice Center in lovely, tepid Marietta, Georgia, for the second period of play between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the Clemmy boys, the Clemson Tigers. Andrew.
Yo.
It's good to be back for the second period, my man.
It has been 10 whole minutes.
It's been too long.
And Matt, one of the big questions on my mind when this game started was, where is Wes Davis? I did not see him on the bench. I didn't see him on the ice.
Yes.
He graduated.
Yes, he graduated.
He did an adult and graduated.
I also got the inside scoop during the intermission, Andrew. So he's taking one class right now that doesn't really count to a degree. It's just a class that he wants to be taking.
Okay.
And after talking to the commissioner of this club league, they gave him permission to play, thinking that was towards a graduate degree. Upon finding out that it wasn't a graduate degree, they said he can't play anymore. That's why he got a couple games in January and December.
Poor guy. Season had to end early. But hey, he's been one of the stand-up defensemen for this team for however long have we been here? This is our second year?
2 years.
This is our second year.
Yeah, second year doing it.
He's been fantastic all the way through. So congratulations to him for graduating, and hopefully we'll see him in the NHL one day.
Wish him all the best.
Anyway, KSU still down 2 men for 15 more seconds with 19 flat left to go in the second period. Huge scrum in the corner. Ian McDonald's fighting off 3 Tigers at once and doing a pretty good job of it.
Oh, and here it is.
Tristan Gagne with control behind the goaltender. Tiger steals the puck from him as the first penalty expires. Here comes Ian McDonald. Fans on the pass there. The puck is not sliding properly, it looks like, as 25 seconds to go on the power play till we're back to full-strength hockey.
They got one of those Goodyear pucks that, sticks to the ice.
Commercial.
You remember those commercials?
I do. I love that commercial.
Those are pretty funny.
19 seconds to go on the penalty as the puck goes all the way back to neutral ice to the stick of Mason Bright. Bright off the boards to Gagne as he fucking sends it up the boards. Excuse me. Cough a little bit. As now Clemson has it. Across the blue line. Clemson. Back to Berezynski. To the corner. Clemson still has control. Power play expires. 18:08 to go in the second period. Clemson now with control on the trapezoid. Fires it up to the high point. Sends it right back down to the corner play and catch. Here comes Berezynski. Fights that one off, and now Vanderkerkhoff chases it down. Aaron Tisdale in the corner. Punches it up to neutral ice. Back over the blue line. And now Clemson has it, but gives up the control to Berezynski in his own zone.
That wasn't even to make a change. They just gave him possession.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe they just wanted to see what he could do.
Both strategy. Let's see if it pays off.
Scouting report. That's how they do it. Is that the strategy in D3 hockey?
What, hack-a-shack, basically?
I don't know about hack-a-shack, but just give him the puck.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea. They feel like to try and intentionally give the worst penalty shots, right?
Maybe? I mean, but then again, it's always a one-on-one. You never know what they can do.
Exactly. That's the thing.
Gagne back to Vanderkerkhoff. Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff attempted a centering pass, but it's stopped by a couple Tigers in the way. As here comes Clemson. 2-on-1. And the puck goes right over his stick. Cannot make a play on it. Luke Thurston was ready as ever. And now Clemson at the high point. Slap shot. Bounces around the crease, and Gagne ends up with control. Luke Thurston, ever present, making the save.
No, thank you, says Luke the Duke Thurston.
And he does his thing.
The refs say, no thank you, offensive drive. That's going to be an icing.
16:50 to go in the second period. KSU retaining their 3-goal lead as now it comes the length of the ice, and Thurston is adjusting some padding.
Yeah, you got to get everything nice and snug.
Yeah. I don't know how goalie equipment feels. Probably heavy.
Does it? I feel like it would be deceptively light.
It's like taping a bunch of pillows to your legs.
No, I feel like it's deceptively light. You know, like it's a bunch of very not dense material underneath a hard shell. That's the outside.
Well, I mean, you're an engineer. You can figure this out.
I'm not a material science engineer, Andrew. I got to be honest.
You're all electrical.
All electrical.
KSU wins the faceoff. As now it's Vanderkerkhoff with control back in the trapezoid behind Thurston. Gives it on over to Berezynski as he throws a pass up the ice, just out of reach of Gagne as Clemson has control in their own zone. Clemson throws it back up to the stick of Berezynski, who keeps it in the zone. Berezynski off the wall to himself, back in the left side circle. A pass over to Deer. Deer shot on goal, goes wide left. Evan Deer with a good chance. Trying to tally his second of the game as now Clemson has control.
Kennesaw State, with the exception of what is currently happening right now, has tried to reestablish the offensive dominance here. Clemson giving them a decidedly harder time. But you wouldn't know it by looking at what just happened with Evan Deere.
Not at all.
Kicking a puck to himself around 3 defenders. Jeez, that was amazing.
And then rips a shot from the blue line. It's caught by the goaltender.
That was fantastic.
Evan Deere, his family's in town from New York, we just learned, so he is putting on a show for them tonight.
Absolutely he is, and he is loving every second of it. And so are we.
16:01 to go in the second period. Score is still the same as Spycinski comes in for this faceoff. Evan Deere just barely digs it out. A pass over to Mason Bright. A shot on goal off the legs of his brother and out to the corner. Berezynski, a pass off the boards to Deere, but it's intercepted, and Clemson moves up the ice. Mason Bright gets back on defense. A shot put on Thurston off of his stick and bounces in. Clemson finally breaks the ice as they get a goal past Luke Thurston off of a redirect of his own stick. With 15:42 left to go in the second period, the score is now 3-1, still in KSU's favor.
Nice break the ice pun, by the way. Don't think I let that one slip past.
Matt, get it?
No, I get it.
They're on ice.
They're on ice. Andrew, is it because they're on ice? Oh my God. Kennesaw State not coming out with the same pizzazz, not the same flame of life that they had in this first period, and it is showing. You can't save them all, but, man, that was an unfortunate one.
Well, you got to remember, they came out of the locker room down 2 men, so that's got to take the wind out of your sails no matter how many goals you're up.
Depends on the wind.
Turner, a wraparound shot there by Clemson, a stonewall by Luke Thurston. Here comes Tisdale. Tisdale loses control, but it goes to Moran, who tips it on back to the Clemson zone, but Clemson sends it right back out. Gagne tries to weave between 2 men, cannot do it, but it goes back to the stick of Aaron Tisdale, who feathers it on over to Mason Bright. Bright up to Moran, touches it, so there will be no icing. I don't think I was wrong.
Really, you're kidding
That's
me.
an icing.
You are kidding me. I don't. What?
Well, Matt, I should not be a ref.
Noted. What? All right. So the area that you need to shoot the puck across the ice for, Andrew, to constitute an icing.
I'm listening.
For us, is basically up until their blue line. It seems. Because that was between their blue line and center ice, I believe. And they still called that an icing.
That's what they do. We don't have the luxury of home refs, Matt.
You are not kidding.
KSU wins the face-off. Gagne throws a pass off of the referee's skate, and it goes to the high point for Clemson's control. Throws on back behind Luke Thurston. Mason Bright taps it over to Gagne. Gagne up to Moran. And a centering pass there for Tisdale. Gets nudged off the puck. Clemson throws it into the equipment of one of their fellow teammates. Winds up in between some skates. A 2-man check there between Moran and Bright just sandwiches one of the Tigers, and now Clemson has control at neutral ice. Clemson up ice around the boards. Gagne to retreat. With control as Tristan Gagne throws on over to the stick of Hayes. Max Hayes. Backhanded pass to Tisdale at neutral ice. Lobs one in off the glass as Clemson retreats together this one. KSU gets some freshmen on the ice.
I'm pretty sure some of them are not freshmen, Andrew.
Some of them are.
Some of them are, but most are sophomores and juniors.
Yes, they are, as Ian McDonald, fresh off the bench, tries to make a play, centering pass to Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff. Tries to put a shot on goal, cannot do it. Centering pass, McDonald. A shot is stopped by Badger.
That would have been delicious, Andrew. A lot of fat, juicy rebound chances for Kennesaw State there. Couldn't find its home.
Testino makes a diving play to McDonald. McDonald, Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff. Oh! Shot! Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff off the feed from McDonald after the diving save by John Testino. Goes 5-hole to the back of the net as KSU gets their 3-goal lead back and takes it 4-1 with 13:39 to go in the second period.
Just like they drew it up, Andrew. They said, Berezynski, fall on your stomach. Make the pass to McDonald. Testino, fall on your stomach. It's how they drew it up. They said, Testino, fall on your stomach and pass it while you're on your stomach to McDonald. McDonald, take the pass from Testino's stomach and then send it to Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff for a juicy goal. Thank you very much.
And Matt, that's Vanderkerkhoff's second goal of the night, or the day. What was it, 2:30 in the afternoon? Yeah.
The day. This is still day. This isn't
still day.
This isn't even afternoon.
It's afternoon. It's after 12.
Technically, yes. But, you know.
But anyway, yeah, that's Vanderkerkhoff's second goal of the day. So you know what that means, Matt?
What's up?
He's on hat trick watch.
Oh, hat trick watch. Jeremy Vanderkerkhoff is on hat trick watch more than anybody I've seen.
Have we seen a hat trick yet?
I don't think we've seen
At
a hat
home?
trick yet, which is funny.
There may have been one in an away game, but we don't go to those because gas money.
Because gas money. We're not funded by anybody but ourselves.
Yeah. Bright in the corner for Kennesaw. A pass on through to Spysinski. Tries to go wrap around, gives a centering pass to Berezinski, who throws it around the glass. Controlled by a backhanded swat of Spysinski. And now there's a scrum in the corner between two Tigers, Bright and Spysinski. Clemson emerges. A pass on up. Almost kept in the zone there by one of the two Berezinskis, as now Spysinski throws it the length of the ice. Just in and out of the goaltender's glove and controlled by Clemson, but not before it can be intercepted by Berezinski and Bright and kept in the Clemson zone. Scrum in the corner now, fight for possession. Spysinski flies into the pile and lays a man into the boards. Here comes Spysinski with the puck. Pass on over to Deer, back to Spysinski, but it's thrown out of the zone by one of the Tigers, back to Berezinski.
Oh, man, Kennesaw State making some great puck movement here, managing to keep it in the offensive zone for longer than they have any right to be doing.
12-13 to go in the second period. KSU still with the 3-goal lead as Berezinski is tied up in the middle trying to get control and does.
Nice.
Berezinski to Tisdale. Puck pops straight up in the air but controlled by Deer. Deer moving in. A spinning backhanded pass intercepted by two Tigers and now Barnett across the blue line. Barnett? Or no, it's not Barnett. He was chasing the man down that had the puck. Now here's Barnett. With the puck in the trapezoid behind Luke Thurston, a long backhanded pass intercepted by a Tiger as they push right back into KSU zone. But Bright holds a man and makes him lose the puck. Berezinski now in the right side circle in KSU zone, makes the push and neutralized eventually to Clemson territory. Stops on a dime as Berezinski, a pass off the boards to Hayes. Hayes neatly dances around a man and throws it. A wraparound attempt is caught and held by the goaltender, Jacob Badger.
Scoring has slowed down considerably here in the second period of play.
There have been 2 goals.
This is
been 2 goals.
the lull. Yeah, 2 goals is not 3 goals.
It's not, but it's 2.
Exactly. It's math, Andrew. It's
It is.
mathematics.
Not my best subject, Matt. You know that.
You're absolutely correct. Not
Tisdale,
my best subject either.
says the engineer. Tisdale wins the faceoff. Here comes Barnett. A centering pass over to Hayes. Hayes dances around a defender. A backhand on goal is stopped by a diving Badger. Out of his goal crease is Badger. Tisdale tries to put a rebound in the goal, but it's controlled by the Tigers.
Crouching Tiger, hidden Badger.
Crouching Tiger, diving Badger.
Crouching Tiger, diving Badger there.
There we go.
Nice. We did it.
That's how we do. As Aaron Tisdale sends a blast on goal from the blue line, but it goes wide and kept in the zone by Musgrave. Musgrave on goal, tipped up to the corner by Badger as Hayes overskates just a little bit, and here come Musgrave and eventually to Gagne. A lobbing shot going on goal is stopped by a couple Tigers in front. Mason Bright on over to Musgrave. Badger comes diving out of his crease and punches the puck away from Musgrave, and now the Tigers control in their own zone. Clemson attempted a centering pass up ice, but it's intercepted by Bright, and here comes Butler. Butler pushes into the corner. James Barrett coming in to lend a hand, but cannot do it as Clemson gets control at neutral ice. Clemson, a pass up into KSU zone, backhanded attempt, but no, Musgrave now has it, tries to dance around a player,
nice.
but cannot do it, leaves the puck behind.
Manages to avoid the hit, though. Good look there.
It was, and now Tristan Gagne has it behind Luke Thurston, as everyone just settles down for a minute, Matt.
Yeah, this has been a very flowy second period. Lot of transitions, lot of very sloppy offensive, defensive turnovers.
Matt, I'll tell you, this period has had more flow than Spysinski's hair.
Oh, my gosh, that's an awful lot of flow.
It is. 9:50 to go in the second period. Still 4-1 as Clemson moves up ice in the KSU zone. Knocked off the puck by Bright. Here comes Clemson. A shot off the shoulder of Luke Thurston. A jump ball for the puck in the middle of the ice, but now it's controlled by Clemson once again. A pass down to the corner. Centering pass off the pipe. Luke Thurston's best friend, the right post. And now Clemson has it in the point. A long shot. Deflected. Caught and held by the boy in the net, Luke Thurston.
Gobbled right on up. He's like, thank you very much. I eat these for breakfast. I'm the hungry, hungry Thurston.
And Max, he was thirsting for that save.
Nice. Also, I got one for you.
Go for it. Lay it on me.
This game has had more flow than Spysinski's hair wrapping 8 Mile on a wakeboard. I'll be here all period. All right, I'll take over as Andrew
No, you
regains
won't.
his composure.
No, you don't have permission after that one.
Oh, you sure?
McDonald. A centering pass for Vandekerkhoff as he rips it away from a Tiger, throws it to the corner for McDonald once again behind the goaltender. Ian McDonald centering pass for Vandekerkhoff. A shot almost got the hat trick there was Vandekerkhoff, but it was just a bit wide right.
Stop saying it. You're going to jinx him. And then we have a delayed penalty, of course, on...
It's on Clemson for once.
Clemson.
Wow, this is rare. Look at that. Clemson finally touches the puck with 8:54 to go in the second period. That is a fresh 2 minutes. The man advantage going KSU's way. Let's see if I can throw. I don't have a hat to throw, Matt.
I have a beanie.
But it's your Penguins beanie.
Yeah, it's my Penguins beanie, but it's broken.
Are you going to throw it? How
Maybe.
can you break a beanie?
The pom-pom fell off of the top.
Oh.
It was a tragic moment.
I'm sure you were just torn up about it.
It was very cheaply made.
In all fairness.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, let's be honest with each other here.
Spysinski on the face-off. KSU wins it. Now Testino has it. Hayes loses an edge in front of the goaltender, or maybe he's just trying to send a screen. We don't know. As Musgrave gives it on over to Gagne. Gagne sends a wrist shot off of a Tiger to Musgrave. Musgrave, a shot stopped by two Tigers in front. Hayes with the rebound, tries to punch one in. Leaks out in front of Badger as Gagne knocks that one down in the midair with a stick.
That was incredible. His reflexes to knock that out of the air, that was incredible.
Rebound in front, almost put in by Hayes. But yeah, KSU baseball needs to take a look at Gagne. They're in season right now, right?
I don't know, are they?
I think so.
They must have just started.
Yeah, I think I follow their Twitter account.
Oh, that's why.
Testino, a point-blank shot stopped by Badger as the puck leaks out in the KSU zone where Thurston will recover. 1:13 to go on the power play, 8:05 to go in the second period. The score is still the same. Spysinski now. A backhanded pass to the corner for Bright. Waits patiently. A centering pass for Spysinski over to Berezinski. Berezinski across ice to Deer. Deer was just a bit too hard of a pass, so he had to settle it down. Back to Spysinski. A shot popped straight up and into the ceiling by Jacob Badger.
Good power play pressure thus far from Kennesaw State. Their first power play of the game and will more than likely be their only one.
Yeah, if these refs have anything to say about it. Sounded like I was talking into a tunnel right there. Yeah. I apologize.
That's what happens when you put your hand around the microphone cage.
I was adjusting my grip.
Nice grip, dude.
Vandekerkhoff back in the game with 45 seconds to go on the power play.
Stop alluding to it. You're going to jinx him.
No, I'm not.
You're making it worse.
Now in the corners, Ian McDonald back to Vandekerkhoff. A shot knocked straight up back into the ceiling. That ceiling's taking a lot of pucks today, as we will have another offensive zone faceoff for KSU.
You ever think this ceiling gets hazard pay?
Probably not. The ceilings get paid? Of all the stupid questions I've asked you, I think that one has to be the worst.
Ceilings get paid.
Clemson clears the puck as Thurston gives it on over to Berezinski. And here comes Vandekerkhoff to take possession. 15 seconds to go on the power play. 7:10 to go in the second period. Vandekerkhoff goes all the way into Clemson's zone. Tapped back out by Bright to Vandekerkhoff, eventually to Deer. Evan Deer on the left side of the ice. In the circle, weaves between two defenders and attempts a pass over to Berezinski. Berezinski now in the corner. Power play expires, back to full-strength hockey. McDonald on the left side circle. Backs his way out to the point. Jeremy Vandekerkhoff gets checked off of the puck, and it's punched out of the zone by one of the Tigers. And now Berezinski has it. Throws it up the neutral ice for Deer, and almost to Bright, as they were not on the same page. That would have been a great opportunity there, as Gagne has it. A shot put out in the left side corner, as now, is that Deer? No, it's Bright chases that one down. McDonald to the point for Berezinski. Straddling the blue line now is Berezinski. A pass goes all the way to the corner for McDonald. McDonald back out to Berezinski. Back to McDonald. McDonald down into the trapezoid for Moran. A centering pass is stopped by Badger, as now it's back tapped out to Berezinski. And a shot was deflected by one of the Tigers and eventually sent back out of the zone where KSU will control in their own. 6 minutes flat to go in the second period. Here comes Tisdale down the left side of the ice. Aaron Tisdale, left side circle. A shot goes through the blue paint and ends up on the right side of the ice. Mason Bright comes in to keep this one in the zone and makes two plays on it. Almost three, but it just goes right by his skate. I think he nutmegged him, Matt, as they say in soccer.
Oh, nice.
I don't watch soccer that much. I wouldn't know.
I hardly watch soccer.
Gagne now off the boards. Up in neutralized territory, back in a Clemson zone where they will just send it right back out into KSU's control. and KSU will send it right back into Clemson's zone. 5:25 to go in the second period as KSU almost had control in Clemson's zone, but here come the Tigers. 3-on-2 now. Bright and Gagne are back. A shot off the back of Mason Bright. Good piece of defense there by the backside of Mason Bright as here comes Barnett. Barnett tries to go 5-hole on one of the defensemen, but Bright comes in to lend a hand, gets taken out, and that will be a penalty on one of the Tigers, and I think we have offsetting penalties here.
And the goalie, Badger, looks like he is quite a bit shaken up after that play. Only has his own teammates to blame.
And his legs got taken out there as Mason Bright got checked into the goaltender and slid about 5 feet down the ice and eventually into the goal.
But you know what that means? It's a penalty on Kennesaw State.
No, I thought there was one down there on Clemson as well. I think it's offsetting.
No, there's only one man in the box.
Hang on. He might have just been checking on their goaltender. See, he's getting a helping hand from the ref. He's going in the box. All right, we have offsetting penalties for KSU and Clemson, so it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes, and that is on. Who's that on for KSU?
10. Wait, there are two.
Why are there
two in the box?
Why are there 2 men for KSU in the box?
What does it mean? Why? Why are they like this?
It looks like Barrett and Tisdale are in the box for KSU, and Adam Montague is in the box for Clemson.
Adam Montague in the box. Interesting.
So is this? We'll see if this is offsetting. No, it's still 4-on-4 hockey.
Interesting. Was that one like a misconduct or something? Just
Probably.
Giving him a timeout for mouthing off to the ref?
I think so.
That's dumb.
Spysinski on the face-off. Clemson wins this one. It goes around the boards and eventually to Jeremy Vandekerkhoff in Clemson's zone. Puck jumps over his stick as Berezinski bails him out back in his own zone. Crosses up into neutral ice. Berezinski motoring into the Clemson zone. Goes around Badger. Centering pass up to his brother. A slap shot stopped by the skate of one of the Tigers. And a second chance is put on goal but controlled by Clemson. Almost up into the mesh, but a referee just barely gets out of the way. Berezinski now. In the corner of his own zone. Berezinski versus 2 Tigers. Spysinski comes in to lend a hand, and Clemson still with control. A pass on over to the left side of the ice. Almost clear, but Clemson still keeps control. Delayed penalty on Kennesaw State as Badger goes to the bench, and a shot nearly put in. Great pass there from Clemson, but Luke Thurston holds his own. Spysinski attempts a check. Clemson has control.
And we have 2 delayed penalties.
Awesome. Just keep piling them on there, refs. That's what I like to see.
This is ridiculous.
Clemson now, waiting patiently in KSU zone. Extra attacker on for Clemson. A centering pass there. Put eventually on goal and touched by that's Spysinski to stop the play, and we will see what the call is.
You got a cross-checking, I believe.
On Spysinski? Yes, it is. Spysinski going into the box. It's looking pretty crowded over there in the penalty box for Kennesaw State.
When is it not?
So we will have a man advantage for Clemson for 51 seconds.
A 2-man advantage for 51 seconds. Yes, indeed.
Excuse me. I forgot I can't count.
That's okay. Me neither. Interesting. 4 minutes. Oh, really? They gave him a 4-minute. The double minor. You're kidding me.
I guess so.
Ridiculous.
That's just how this works, Matt.
This is dumb. I'm not happy.
I can tell. So it will be a 4-on-3. I was right. I told you I was right.
You were absolutely
correct. 4-on-3 for 51 seconds, and the man advantage for Clemson after that as KSU blasts it all the way back to Clemson zone, where Badger will touch this one. 3 minutes and 44 seconds left to go in the second period, so Clemson will have the man advantage for just a few seconds in the third period, thanks to the double minor on Spysinski. A shot on goal is caught cleanly by Luke Thurston, who tracked that one the entire way.
He's like, get that out of here, kid. You're going to have to come with some more advanced techniques if you want to slide one by the Thirst boy.
And as teams have found it all year, that's quite a feat. KSU wins this faceoff. Gagne taps it on over to the corner from Mason Bright. Bright attempts to tap it on back, and eventually does, and the referee gets in the way. Clemson now with control in KSU zone on the left side.
Nice.
Attempted pass Ian McDonald lays out and deflects it all the way back down to Clemson zone, where Badger will touch and recover.
Very good bit of defense there from Ian McDonald. He's not just great at stick handling, Andrew. He can read the other team like Moby Dick.
Yes, he can. Not necessarily a favorite book of mine, but I'll go with the analogy anyway, Matt. Not fond memories. Had to read that for a book report. And
I apologize.
I think middle school.
You know, I had to read the last book I had to read for a book report, like proper book for a proper book report, was The Once and Future King.
How'd that go?
That's the one with Sir Lancelot and everybody, you know, the Knights of the Round Table.
Okay.
That's those stories.
How'd you do?
We got about 2 days into the school year.
Yeah.
And the teacher realized that nobody had done their summer reading assignment, so he canceled it.
Sounds good to me. You can't penalize all of them, Matt.
Nope, that's a group fail.
Students have been using that one since the beginning of time.
Exactly. You can't fail everybody in the class.
First power play expires, so Clemson will have the man advantage for 2 minutes and 55 seconds. They will have 9 seconds of a man advantage when we get to the third period, but we're not there quite yet.
Some 5-on-4 play before that for 2 minutes and 46 seconds.
John Testino coming to take this face-off against, that's Montague for Clemson. Clemson now at the high point. Referee jumps over the pass as they send it on to the left side of the ice. Clemson puts a shot on goal, punched out of the air by Luke Thurston. And now Vander Kirchhoff sends this one up and off the glove of a Clemson Tiger and back into neutralized territory. Testino pressing forward to play some defense as now Clemson has it back in their own zone, the left side corner. The Tigers waiting patiently for KSU to make a move. KSU gets some fresh men on the ice as now here comes the Tigers. A pass to the center of the ice is controlled by Clemson. Attempts to put a move on Gagne but cannot do it. Clemson now at the high right point. Attempts to pass all the way down. That was a great look for Clemson, but Gagne was there the whole way as it's sent down on goal to Badger for another clear for Kennesaw State. 2:07 left to go on the penalty. 1:57 to go in the second period. Clemson now. In their own zone, a man loses an edge, and now it's controlled by Gagne and eventually on over to Mason Bright. Bright to Deere. Deere shrugs off a check, trying to stick handle through 3 men, cannot do it, but it's controlled by Moran and back into the KSU zone for the stick of Tristan Gagne.
He's going to play some keep away, or instead, Tristan Gagne is going to loft one all the way to the other side of the ice.
Almost hit the scoreboard on that one.
That would have been hilarious.
It would have. Maybe knock out a couple lights. That'd been great.
Yeah, you know?
Leave a mark on the board before the season ends. A shot is fanned on there by one of the Tigers and stopped in front as now a couple Owls are fighting in front. A centering pass nearly scored on, but KSU had it the whole way. And that was a dangerous play there for Gagne. He laid out head first trying to block a shot, and I think the puck might have hit his shoulder instead of his helmet.
It was a very heads-up play, though, managing to not only poke the puck away and stop the shot, but poke it out of the zone.
Did he headbutt that all the way down the ice?
I don't think so.
He might have.
That would have been hilarious.
It would have. I'll have to go back and watch the film. 1 minute to go in the power play, 52 seconds left to go in the second period as Clemson makes another push. Here comes Clemson in the KSU zone, knocked off the puck there by McDonald, a shot put into the skates of Bright. As an attempted clear goes straight into the Clemson bench, almost hits the coach. And that will be a stoppage in play and an offensive zone face-off for the Clemson Tigers.
.9 seconds remaining here in the second period with a clean 50 seconds remaining in this power play.
Nice clean 50, Matt.
It's double minor on Drew Spysinski. And is Bright still in the... No, it wasn't Bright.
Tisdale.
It was, Tisdale's in the box?
Yeah. You got the misconduct.
Oh, yeah.
Clemson now with control in KSU zone, trying to dance around Bright, cannot do it, as now Berezinski's back to play the puck against the boards. Berezinski versus 2 Tigers, as the Tigers come up with control. Not yet. Berezinski still fighting tooth and nail.
Wow.
And he emerges from the pile and gives it to his brother. Berezinski, the other one, sends it the length of the ice on goal to Badger as McDonald almost came in for the steal. 8 seconds to go in the period. Clemson spinning on back in their own zone, and they might just run out the clock here. And that's exactly what they do. As the second period of play expires, there will be 8 seconds of a man advantage for Clemson when we resume in the third period. Score is still 4-1 in KSU's favor.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't you go anywhere. We will be back for the third period of play. After, if we had messages, this is where we'd put them. But after this intermission.
No, we don't have messages.
We
don't have messages.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to the third and final period of play here at the Marietta Ice Center between your Kennesaw State Fighting Owls and the Clemmy Boys, University of Clemson Tigers. The score still 4-1. Clemson has 8 seconds of a man advantage here to start out this period, seeing if they can make something happen right off the bat and do something with it.
I don't know how I feel about the word Clemmy.
Clemmy? Yeah, it's not a good.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Not a good sounding word.
Just like it feels weird in the mouth. I don't like that.
Don't say that.
8 seconds to go for this man advantage for Clemson, and for some reason there was no time on the clock. 20 seconds.
Ooh,
there
yikes.
we go. Now the operator has put the time on the clock as the power play expires with this KSU clear. Back to full strength hockey after the Spysinski double minor.
That was interesting.
Tisdale still in the box for that misconduct, we think. I didn't talk to the refs after the period, so I apologize. It's not my job description. As Clemson,
What is your job description?
yell at hockey.
Yeah, that's mine too, yeah.
We're in this together. As Evan Deere goes down, stands a man up, and now Clemson has it and throws it along the boards and eventually at the center ice, but it's controlled by Berezinski. Berezinski now backhands a pass off the boards for attempted for Evan Deere, but now it's controlled. Now delayed offsides.
Okay.
But now it's controlled by Vanda Kirchhoff. Jeremy Vanda Kirchhoff moving up the right side of the ice with speed, looking for a centering pass. Gives it on back to the point for Berezinski. A hard slap shot stopped in front by a Tigers stick. And now Evan Deere tries to chase this one down and does. Evan Deere attempted a centering pass for Barrett, but it's controlled by the Tigers as they go around the right side of the ice.
Just barely off on that centering pass from Deere.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Wholeheartedly, in fact.
Oh, man, thanks. I
You're welcome,
appreciate
man.
it, buddy.
Hey, I got you.
You're the best.
It's like we're brothers.
It's almost like we're brothers.
Almost.
Oh.
And now Tessino on the left side of the ice moves steadily into the trapezoid. A pass all the way across to Gagne. Centering pass right back at him, but it goes through the blue paint and ends up on the stick of McDonald, who gives it over to Mason Bright. Mason Bright with 2 assists today. Throws it around into the trapezoid for Barnett. Barnett stands a man up into the boards. Clemson gets there first, and now they push up ice. Clemson in neutral territory, back in the KSU zone. A shot put high over top of Thurston and off the glass as it goes on over to Barnett. Barnett backtracks for a second, throws it in the Clemson zone onto the stick of Badger. And now Badger hands off to one of the Tigers. Don't see that in nature very often, Matt.
What, Badger handing off a vulcanized rubber cylinder to a Tiger?
Yes.
I
Exactly
struggled to get through that sentence, but the point remains, you don't really see that in nature very often.
Exactly.
I would say probably never.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
As Clemson has control in their own zone. Clemson waiting patiently. Hayes and Moran come back to forecheck, and Clemson sends it into KSU zone where Gagne will track this one down after it's handed to him on a platter from Luke Thurston. Turnover in KSU zone, centering pass is broken up by KSU and eventually thrown into the KSU net off of a turnover and a rebound opportunity. Clemson makes this game 4-2 with 17:25 to go in the third period.
This is a load of barnacles.
Yes, it is, Matt. Let's see if KSU can retaliate just like they did in the second period after that goal.
Yes, indeed, Andrew. Kennesaw State looking pretty low energy in this third period. Hopefully they didn't use up all of their juice in the first period.
Well, if they did, we'll have a game on our hands as KSU still has that 2-goal lead.
Yes, indeed.
Face off at neutral ice, it's Evan Deere, but Clemson wins this one. Thrown back into KSU zone, Berezinski chases this one down. Stops on a dime and throws it along the boards, this time to Bright. Bright attempts to clear it, but it bounces in front of Luke Thurston, knocked down and controlled by Gagne. Gagne gives it up to Deere. Deere, with speed, moves along the left side, dances around a defender, takes a check, and now it's controlled by Clemson. Bright gets the steal, gives it to Berezinski. A shot almost goes 5-hole, but kicked aside there by a Tiger before it can reach the goaltender. And a shot from behind the goaltender.
What?
That was Mitchell Bright. Shot it from the corner behind the net. It looked like he threw it off of the back of the goalie, or his skates, and into the net.
That was incredible. Hit him with the old razzle-dazzle. If they can't score a straight-up goal by pounding it in, they're just going to hit him with the little misdirection. He said, oh, where'd I go? Oh, where'd I go? Oh, the puck is in the net. Alakazam. The puck is in the net.
You done?
No. Yeah. Yes.
KSU immediately gets that 3-goal lead back, as now Berezinski has it neutralized, but Clemson gets there first.
This is like watching an older and little brother fight, and the older brother is like way taller. And delayed penalty? Or no, delayed offside.
Delayed offside, as it looked like Evan Deers absolutely tabletoped the
He
man
did.
down to the ice.
He sent him into low Earth orbit.
So what were you saying, Matt?
I don't remember. What was I saying?
You're talking about big and little brothers fighting?
Oh, this game is like watching the big brother just kind of holding on the forehead of the little brother as the little brother wildly flails his arms.
Yes.
It's kind of like that.
That's
We're just holding them at a 3-goal
That's not
lead.
what happened with us, Matt.
We're holding them at a 3-goal
Turnover in Clemson's zone as Vander Kirkhoff puts a shot on goal, but it's stopped by Badger.
Every chance you get, you bring up how you're taller than me.
Absolutely.
Don't much appreciate it.
Berezinski to his brother. We were talking about brothers, so the brothers passing back and forth up there, the Berezinskis. Delayed offsides. Kennesaw gets back in time, and now McDonald comes in. Mia McDonald. Intercepted in the center of the ice there by Vander Kirkhoff, put on the back of the skate of McDonald, and now it's Testino. Testino across ice off the knee pad of a Tiger, and now Testino into the corner. A scrum now for the puck. Testino ends up with it, throws it slowly behind the net. Vander Kirkhoff skates to it first and shoves a man out. Vander Kirkhoff still fighting for it, gets pressed back along the board. Centering pass for McDonald is controlled by the Tigers as they look to get some offense of their own. Clemson sends the puck along the blue line. Nice little stick handling move there as Testino rides into the wall. Berezinski with control, gets knocked off the puck, goes to his brother, the other Berezinski, and now knocked back into Clemson's control, but immediately sent back to the stick of Berezinski, who throws it on to Gagne. No, excuse me, that's Berezinski. McDonald coming down behind Badger. Alone with Barnett in Clemson's zone. There's a long pass attempted for Bright coming off the bench, but he could not get on in time, so he couldn't get there. Clemson now with control in their own zone. The near side of the boards, McDonald comes in, slams a man to the boards as Ian McDonald as Gagne blasts it all the way back to the right side of the zone. Barnett lobs one all the way up into Clemson territory. Moran sends a man to the boards, and now it's Barnett.
Ooh.
Bright trying to get the puck loose in the middle, but Clemson ends up with it. Bright.
Oh, you okay?
Oh, sorry, coughed on my own word there. As now Clemson has it. Neutralized territory, sends it up into KSU zone onto the stick of Tristan Gagne, who fires it on back across the blue line into Clemson territory. No icing as he just kind of coasted along the boards with the puck. As now Clemson turns it over. Gagne, a long shot rebound in front. Moran could not get there in time as Badger had it, lost it, and then dove on it to freeze for an offensive zone faceoff for Kennesaw State once again.
Kennesaw State trying to keep up this offensive pressure for the remaining 14 minutes exactly of this game.
14 flat.
Evan Deer having a good time dancing around to the music.
His family's here. He's putting on a show.
Absolutely.
Gagne, a long shot, scores! Tristan Gagne from the left side point. Long-range shot there from the assistant captain, Tristan Gagne, makes this a 4-goal lead, 6-2.
Is that Tristan Gagne or the sniper Chris Kyle, Andrew? My goodness. He sent that one from downtown. Around town. East 6th Street about.
Around there, round about that.
So round about
area.
there, but he sent that one at 100 million miles an hour. It's like
that's fast.
You can measure these. You can measure his shots as a percentage of the speed of light.
You're getting too sciencey on me, Matt. I yell at hockey games.
You're absolutely correct. Don't make me get into high frequency systems.
I'd rather you didn't. As Gagne makes this
Propagation speed. Oh, yeah.
Gagne makes this a 4-goal lead. KSU takes the face-off. Evan Deer comes in, tries to make a play on the puck, but runs into the referee.
Because I'll do it, Andrew.
I'm so happy to hear that.
Just like, I'm thrilled.
Cannot wait. Clemson throws the puck down in the KSU zone. Gagne has it. The goal scorer gives it up to Evan Deer, who sends it the length of the ice. But Clemson, a man coming off the bench, gains control as Gagne with a check in the center of the ice.
Yeah, Gagne is like, you think you're letting that hit on Deer go unanswered? No, thank you. Sit down.
Sends him flying through the air. Hits the ice awkwardly, but he seems all right. Gagne now in the trapezoid. Pokes it on through to Bright. Bright sends it up the ice. Testino trying to chase this one down. Gets there at about the same time as a Tiger, but Clemson controls. Clemson crossing center ice into KSU territory. Put the shot on goal, caught in and out of the glove. A Thurston rebound attempt is swept away by Tristan Gagne.
Good heads-up play there from Kennesaw State's defense, and a good stop by Thurston once again.
Absolutely, as Gagne shoulders a man out of the crease to avoid a rebound attempt and sends it back into Clemson territory. Testino sneaking on through into Clemson territory. Centering pass.
Oh!
Stick down there by Ian McDonald. Great play there.
So good.
Centering pass for Testino. Rebound, he scores! John Testino off of the centering pass from Ian McDonald. KSU just piling on the goals here in the third period as they take a 5-goal lead, 7-2.
Did somebody say victory lap, Andrew? My goodness, they're running it up on him.
That was Testino, right?
What's that?
That was Testino, right?
Yes, John Testino.
All right, I'm writing this down. I forgot
well
about it.
done.
Assist, that was McDonald.
I believe,
Hey,
yeah.
I got
McDonald,
this.
Yes. Well done. And refs wasting no time dropping this puck once again. They want to get this show over with because they can see Kennesaw State starting to get their swagger back.
Testino now finagling his way into the middle of the ice as it goes on over to Berezinski. A shot across the blue paint and now to his brother. Berezinski in the corner. Back around to Testino. Backhanded pass over to McDonald, but knocked down to the boards. Berezinski sends it around. Berezinski to Testino. Back down to McDonald. Centering pass for a streaking Vandekerkhoff. Fans on the shot, Jeremy Vandekerkhoff, as it leaks out in the center of the ice. Berezinski back around the boards, caught and controlled by a Tiger, as now Vandekerkhoff attempts to get the steal, but cannot do it.
Very close call there.
Here comes Berezinski, a shot put right into the chest of Badger, as Badger then throws the puck at Berezinski as he skates by him.
That's not
very
nice.
sportsmanlike there, Badger.
That wasn't very cash money of you.
11:44 to go in the third period. Score is 7-2 Kennesaw's way as James Barrett comes in for the faceoff.
Kennesaw State having a grand old time here in this third period. It was 4-2 at one point. 3 unanswered goals later.
Barrett trying to stuff attempt there. It goes over to Musgrave. Clemson now with control. Center ice into KSU zone. A shot put wide left of Lou Thurston off the back of the cage. Popped up in the air by Berezinski and gloved down by Clemson. A shot put on goal, knocked aside by Thurston, rebound loose in front, and now Berezinski has it and sends it around the boards to Butler. Butler up to Barrett. James Barrett on the right side of the ice puts a shot on goal. High left.
That one was a heater, Andrew.
Surprised the glass is in check over there as Clemson moves up the ice. Sicked aside there by Luke Thurston, making the easy save as now Matt Butler comes up. Butler attempts a shot, but it's stopped by 2 Tigers. Attempts to get his own rebound.
Butler's probably my favorite player just because we have the same name.
Matt.
That's
nice.
It's a community of Matts. You're not invited. Sorry.
That hurts a little bit, Matt.
I know. You'll get over it. I'm already over it.
Clemson now at center ice. The left side of Kennesaw's zone. They wait patiently trying to get an opportunity. Kennesaw not giving much in this third period as Gagne knocks him in off the puck. Clemson now back behind Luke Thurston. It goes on over to Bright. Bright moving up into Clemson zone. Mason Bright puts a shot high over the crossbar and into the mesh, and that will be an offensive zone faceoff for KSU.
Yes, indeed. Must have switched off his targeting computer or something there. That was way up there.
There was very little defense there as Bright just kind of coasted on into the zone and put up a shot.
Yeah, that was pretty lackadaisical. They're phoning it in, you can tell.
Max Hayes in for the faceoff. Clemson takes this one, throws it around the goal crease, and over to the boards. Moran coming in and gives it up and back down to the corner where Barnett will try to get there first but cannot.
I will say, for how lopsided the rest of this game has been, Clemson has done a very good job of winning their faceoffs.
They have. And the one bright side for them this game, with 10 minutes flat left to go in the third period, as Clemson eventually tries to get it up in a Kennesaw zone, but Bright makes short work of that. Gagne throws it on over to Butler. Butler up ice to Barnett. Barnett can't control it cleanly. We have delayed offsides. And that will be called, and we will have a neutral zone faceoff.
9:42 to play here in this third period between Kennesaw State and the Clemmy boys. I told you before we started that I was going to say Clemmy boys basically
You
every
did.
time.
You warned me. You gave me a fair warning.
And yet, here you are
Didn't listen.
acting surprised.
Spicinski on the faceoff. Clemson takes this one as now they wait back in their own zone. A pass off the boards goes around under the stick of Luke Thurston, who waits behind his goaltender. Behind his own goaltender. No, he's the goaltender. Waits behind his goal. As now it's thrown up past the stick of Evan Deere down the length of the ice. Deere rushing to get there, played by Badger, so there will not be an icing.
Wow, good hustle there from Deere. Oh!
Spicinski races into the zone puts a slap shot on goal, and then checks a man to the ice. Doing it all is Drew Spicinski.
Oh, man, that one. That was nice. Made me happy. And immediately, Spicinski gets up and starts dancing to the music that's playing. That's the Kennesaw State hockey team for you in a nutshell, Andrew. It's lovely.
I got a live word from the ice from Evan Deere saying Spicinski is just built different.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's the ultimate interview, is like interviewing somebody who's in the game currently.
It's right down there.
Yeah, somebody who's on the field of play.
9:05 to go in the third period. Kennesaw with control in their own zone. Berezynski up to Deere. Deere over the blue line to Spicinski as he flops it on back into the Clemson zone. Bright gets there first. Bright to Spicinski. In the corner, stripped there by Clemson. Clemson now. Center ice. Knocked on back by Berezynski as Spicinski lands a check. Clemson now in KSU zone. A shot put high over top of Luke Thurston. And back around the boards. And eventually controlled by Spicinski, who throws it up into the center ice. 8:33 left to go in the third period. Score is still 7-2. As Clemson now plays within their own zone, desperately trying to find an angle on this KSU defense. Puck sent around the boards and stopped by Luke Thurston. As now it's Gagne with control. No, that's Berezynski. Berezynski to Berezynski. Over to McDonald. E. McDonald moving up ice. Throws the puck around a man and gets it to himself. But now Clemson has control as they make a push of their own. Clemson off the boards, back into KSU territory. And now Berezynski gets it and taps it on around the boards, but Clemson will get there first. The Tigers behind Luke Thurston. A wraparound attempt goes through the blue paint, but to no avail as now Berezynski throws it up ice. Here comes Jerry Vandekerkhoff on a breakaway. Vandekerkhoff tries to go 5-hole, but is stopped by Badger. Matt, you know what that goal would have meant.
Stop! You've jinxed him already enough, Andrew.
Vandekerkhoff with the steal, a pass on over to McDonald, puts a shot, a kick save by Badger.
That was actually a really good save, gonna be honest.
7 goals for KSU tonight, but that save was fantastic by Jacob Badger for Clemson.
Darn it.
Vandekerkhoff is not too happy over there.
No, I would be very frustrated.
7:37 to go in the third period. Max Hayes comes in for the faceoff. Clemson takes this one and plays it on behind their goaltender. Up the center ice, here come the Tigers. Bright and Gagne back to defend as they get swarmed by 4 Owls. And now it's Moran throws it around the boards. Bright and eventually the stick of Gagne. Up ice to Barnett, gets checked into the KSU bench, but here comes Hayes.
No tripping there?
Eventually Moran. Clemson with control, center ice. A pass to nobody, tries to go 5-hole on Tristan Gagne, but goes wide left of the goal. And eventually a centering pass winds up at control of Mason Bright. Bright off the boards to Moran.
Ow.
Off the back of Hayes.
Ow, that
Giving
was
him
smart.
a little love tap.
That's smart.
Barnett coming in, attempts a centering pass, but is ridden to the boards there by one of the Tigers. 6:47 left to go in the third period as Gagne races down the ice, and this will be an icing coming all the way back for an offensive zone face-off for KSU.
Kennesaw State hasn't gotten a ton of offense going in these recent couple of minutes, but they have an opportunity to right now.
Indeed. Face-off here, James Barrett gets thrown to the side. Musgrave takes this one. Colby Musgrave back to Berezynski around the boards from Matt Butler. Butler on the trapezoid attempted a centering pass to Barrett, but it's off of the skate of a Tiger and in Clemson's control. Clemson now in the corner. Waiting patiently, going back behind the goaltender. Butler, Barrett, and Musgrave in the zone. Passing up the neutral ice is sticked back down by Berezynski, and a scrum between Butler and some Tigers, but Musgrave comes in to save the day. 6:11 to go in the third. Berezynski now over to Musgrave, a bit too far. Eventually catches up to it, and Musgrave now into the zone. Musgrave thrown to the boards now, and it's Clemson in their own zone. Clemson around the boards. Musgrave with a retaliatory check there, makes his presence felt. A pass off the leg of Barrett, but Clemson ends up at center ice. Attempted pass there, controlled by Matt Butler, as Clemson's doing everything they can to try to break this KSU defense, but they just cannot do it since that goal in the third period.
Not happening.
A pass on over, intercepted by Clemson. Still in KSU's zone. A shot on goal goes wide right of the post. Thurston was ready for it, as now Berezynski goes to Butler. Berezynski now, up ice across the blue line with James Barrett. Berezinski puts a shot off of the stick of a Tiger, tries to go wraparound, but waits patiently for some help. Berezinski stops on a dime, tries to go centering pass, but it ends up in the stick of Vander Kirchhoff. Vander Kirchhoff around the boards for Testino. The centering pass attempt is controlled by Clemson. Check in the center of the ice. Gagne gets ridden down, and now it's Vander Kirchhoff crossing the blue line. Vander Kirchhoff, backhanded pass. Testino puts a shot on goal high left side, as now McDonald has it.
That was a close one, Andrew.
It was, as now McDonald throws it around the boards for Testino. Testino sends a man to the ice, and behind the cage now is Clemson. Almost knocked out of the air and kept in play by Bright, but it's just outside of the zone. 4:40 to go in the third period. Off the boards, attempted pass for Gagne is controlled by Clemson. Off the back of a Tiger, Gagne throws it back into the Clemson zone. McDonald coming in, giving some pressure. Vander Kirchhoff intercepts the puck in their zone. A backhanded pass to Testino. Down to McDonald, just a bit behind him. Ian McDonald in the trapezoid, a centering pass to Testino. A shot is stopped by Badger, and now it just leaks out past Gagne. Gagne in his own zone, a pass up to McDonald, eventually to Vander Kirchhoff, but McDonald plays with it himself. And we have a penalty, it looks like. This will be
Tripping. On, I believe this is going to be...
That's on Clemson.
On Clemson, yeah, absolutely.
That's on number 27, Andrew Butterfield for Clemson.
Andrew Butterfield?
Stop.
I just love that name.
Solid name.
It's a funny name. I agree.
Sounds like the name of a businessman.
Sounds like the name of a syrup. You know, it's like...
You know, I try to be positive about it. You're
Aunt
over here
Jemima.
just not having it.
Mrs. Butterworth. Yeah, all you need is Butterfield. That's like the generic off-brand. What?
Clemson takes the face off and sends it the length of the ice. 1:50 to go on the power play for Kennesaw State, as now Spysinski has it in his own zone. Spysinski sends it to neutral ice, but knocked back into KSU territory by Clemson, as Berezinski gives it on over to Gagne. Gagne crossing the red line in the Clemson territory, gives it on to Hayes. Hayes, a shot off the stick of a Tiger, but ends up in the possession of Berezinski. Berezinski across ice to Gagne. Gagne already with one snipe today. A shot, rebound attempt. Spysinski just sends that one home. Not a man in front of him, almost breaks the back of the goal cage, as now the score is 8-2 with 3:32 left to go in the third period. KSU, the power play goal, Drew Spysinski.
Drew Spysinski absolutely blasted that one in the back of the net for emphasis, Andrew. That one was for emphasis. Is there anybody else in this game with 2 goals?
Spysinski.
Spysinski now has 2.
Vander Kirchhoff and Spysinski have 2 goals apiece.
All right, very cool.
They got 3:32 to make something happen.
Make some magic.
Clemson wins the faceoff. A pass was screaming by Berezinski, and that will not be an icing as Berezinski tracks that one down, gives it on over to Bright. Bright, attempted pass for Deer, just a bit out of reach, as Deer gets there first and no icing. Deer gets held and sent to the corner, as Deer still makes plays on the puck, gives it on over to Spysinski. Shot on goal, Drew Spysinski, and it did not go in. Didn't have control of the puck, but the referee lost sight of it, so it's frozen. 3:06 to go. Spysinski wanted that one to go.
Yes, indeed he did. He is disappointed in that one.
Just laughing it off. Kennesaw gets some freshmen on the ice. Spysinski heads to the bench. Barnett, Hayes, and Moran come on. So it's those 3 and the Berezinski brothers back for the defenseman.
And a quick shot there from
Moran.
Moran, yeah, absolutely, on the side. Off-angle shot.
We already have one weird angle shot thanks to Mitchell Bright. Off the back of the goalie. Max Hayes coming in for the faceoff. Wins this one. Over to Moran. Moran sends it around the boards. Just a bit out of reach for Hayes as Barnett chases this one down. Threatens a man with a check, so he plays off the puck. And now Hayes comes in. 2 Kennesaw Owls go down to the ice, and now Clemson gets up. Clemson with control, neutral ice. The Tigers now into KSU territory. Thrown to the boards, and now Hayes will collect. Hayes, a long pass over to Barnett. And Barnett loses control to Clemson, and they will move back in. Berezinski takes a whack at this one, cannot clear it. The Tigers still have control in KSU zone. Berezinski over to Moran. Moran gets up to Berezinski. A pass off the boards to himself. Here comes Berezinski. Centering pass for Hayes. Hayes tries to chip it in, but cannot do it, as now Berezinski tries to chase this one down.
That was so close.
It was heads-up play by Berezinski throwing a pass to himself off of the boards.
Yes, indeed.
Barrett comes in, and so does Musgrave. Clemson now. In KSU's zone. Takes a whack at the puck, ends up behind the referee, and on the stick of Berezinski. Backhanded pass, almost around the boards, but stopped by a Tiger, and now it's sent back into Clemson territory. Clemson chasing this one down. There will be no icing. Puck kind of stopped before it got into the trapezoid. Barrett and Musgrave now fighting for control. Clemson ends up with it and throws it back into KSU's zone for Tristan Gagne. Gagne over to Bright with 1:25 to go in the third period. As Bright sends this one up into the mesh, we will have a face-off.
Oh, man.
It was something, Matt. Tell you,
Yeah,
eight goal games take a lot out of me. A lot of yelling.
Awful lot of yelling. Awful lot of ad-libbing and improving to do.
Clemson takes his face-off. A slap shot kicked save by Luke Thurston. And now Gagne sends it around the boards for Butler. Butler sends it into the bench, maybe off a couple owls, as he hears about it.
Yeah,
they're jawing at him. Vanna Kirchhoff comes back on the ice along with Testino and McDonald. 1:15 to go for Kennesaw. Clemson takes the face-off. A shot goes wide of the goal, and now Vanna Kirchhoff chasing this one down. Jeremy Vanna Kirchhoff clears the puck, but it's sent up and into the mesh for another stoppage in play.
Come on.
You okay? You hanging in there, bud?
I'm getting impatient.
1:06 to go in the third period. Still the 6-goal lead for Kennesaw State.
6-goal lead.
Mutual zone face-off. It's Ian McDonald. He wins it back to Gagne. Gagne over to Bright. Bright up to Vanna Kirchhoff. Centering pass over to McDonald. McDonald. A shot on goal is kicked up and into the mesh by Badger. Hello? Hey, we're back online. What happened?
What the heck?
Anyway,
well.
you may have seen Matt typing that in the chat, but the last minute of action, nothing really happened. Just some passes along the length of the ice. So that will do it for the game at the Marietta Ice Center. Kennesaw takes this one 8-2. And we will see you all tomorrow as we take on Georgia Tech at 2:30 in the afternoon.
For the
Stay tuned.
final game of the season.
The final game of the season. That's going to be emotional, Matt.
I'm torn up, Andrew. I'm all choked up about it.
I definitely am.
I'm broken up inside.
Tomorrow, 2:30, right here, same place. Check KSU Ice Hockey Twitter for any updates, and we will let you know if anything changes. Thank you for watching, and have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.